Coach, how'd the week off fare?
Uh, well, I got a got an assessment. Look back at us a little bit. We looked ahead to our to some to obviously Western, but also to a little bit different things offensively, defensively, special teams. Just got ahead on our work and practiced a few times. Got our players some rest on the weekend and came back practice Sunday night, and then now we're back in the game week. So I think we made the most of our time.
What language, Miles and Sharif used to kind of describe the play right now as do or die? Do you share that sentiment?
Say that again.
Um, Miles and Sharif, kind of viewed the play as kind of each game is do or die. Do you share that sentiment?
I approach every week like that. So that's just the way that's my approach. Just take care of what's it what's ahead of us. And the next opponent is Western, and that's where our attention is, and can't control anything beyond that or control ourselves. But like I told our team, I told our coaches yesterday, it's take we got to become more efficient as a football team in all three areas. We got to take care of us and make people have to beat us, and we just got to keep getting better and. And we'll just stay the course. There's a process in place, and I believe in the process that we adhere to, and it's worked over a long period of time. And so we'll just stay the course.
Is there an additional message or an increase in focus that you really stress once you get into game week of conference play, especially with maybe some of the kids that haven't experienced the physicality of what the teams might have?
No, I mean it's grow. I think we've played some good opponents. We've played. We're entering week 4, and our goal is to be better each week and to keep growing as a football team. And um, we understand what. I mean, our guys understand. They have respect for every opponent in this league and who we're going to be playing. But the what we can control is us and our preparation and our attention to detail and our ability to not make boneheaded errors and penalties and just keep growing as a football team. And like I said, it's about being efficient and it is a process to get your football team there. There's a lot of new faces out there for us, and young kids and veteran guys alike. And it's a process to get where you want to be. I think we've made progress, um, but now we got to keep making. We can't keep making the same errors, and it's. I've been in this. So I've been doing this a long time, and I think the recipe is and our approach will lead us to getting better as the season goes along.
Valpo, Durkin and here some time in, with the bye week, those guys been, more fit and more, able to.
They're full go, 100% and ready to roll. And we're you know pretty healthy. I think that we're in pretty good shape as far as where we are, and um, they're unfortunately the injuries we've had, those guys aren't coming back. And but I think that for we've been able to make some of our adjustments, and I feel pretty good about where we are.
As you look at Western from an offensive standpoint, I know you're more concerned about what you guys do, but can you just give us a thumbnail on
Very very multiple, multiple multiple groups as far as a lot of speed motions, a lot of guys, a lot of moving parts in their offense, a lot of smoke and mirrors type stuff, and it's well thought out. It's I would say similar in some ways to like what Pitt did last year as far as all the speed motions and that type of thing, and it's kind of the craze in certain programs in college football. You see that a lot now, and um, it's you got to identify formations and adjust very well through the game, and um, that's the challenge. They're gonna put a lot of guys in a lot of different places, and run similar plays but if you're not disciplined and you're not identifying sets and getting lined up and understand your roles and that type of thing, and it can be a long day for you. So, um, I say there's some things that are like Pitt. They run different plays that type. I'm just saying like the motions and that type of thing that they do, but I think we have a good plan, and it's about executing it.
You mentioned that being kind of a craze throughout college football. Are you seeing more and more of that over the last few years? And what are teams trying to accomplish with all that?
Well, like I said, it gets people out of position. You watch this team play, and you see guys running all over the place, and they get you out of position. You have to be able to identify things and understand where people are and be able to apply your roles according to all the different calls you might make. And um, it challenges you because you can't you're not lined up against somebody that's just stagnant, just sitting there. They're not going to be that. They're going to make you adjust. They're going to make you have to identify things, get lined up quick, communicate. Which I'll be honest with you, sometimes that hasn't been our best suit. I always say in this day and age, I wish these guys could take their phones out on the field with them so they could text each other out there. But because getting them to talk isn't always the easiest thing to do. But that's the world we live in now. So
Coach, new kickoff rule after 3 games. Any opinion about the kickoff rule now?
Me personally, I'm not real fond of it. But the rule is what it is, and so everyone's going to approach that a little bit differently, and uh, you just look at football as a whole. It's changed. I mean, look at all the things happening on Sunday, and um, some of the calls that are being made, and um, you know, and you're going to have varying opinions on whether that's really good for the sport. But I have my opinions, but um, they're I do understand that they're all obviously they're trying to make it safer. Um, I don't know that sometimes I think the people that are making the rules or overthink it to a certain extent, and I think sometimes that can uh, hurt the game to a certain extent. But I understand what the intention is, but sometimes I don't know if that's always the right thing.
From your standpoint, do you kind of leave that up to the guys returning or
Well, we look at what somebody's doing and what we feel is there. Um, Obviously, if somebody ever kicks the ball in the corner inside the 5 yard line, more than likely we're going to use the rule to our advantage. If it's a returnable ball, it depends on the week. And there's a lot of factors into it. Like we fair caught most of them. I think it was in the West Virginia game, and I think it was a West Virginia game. Our guys had to get up there so far because they were a surprise onside kick team, and that they'd shown to do that multiple times last year, and which puts your front line guys at a real disadvantage as far as where they got to align and how far when you got to cheat up that far to get back to be able to get your blocks. So there's a lot of things, what teams do and how they approach their side of it that'll make that decision for us one way or the other.
Going back to tight ends for a moment, how did Miles do, kind of in those 3 games where we didn't see a lot of action?
I think he's growing. He's made some mistakes. He's a really talented kid. He's an excellent pass receiver, first of all. Um, I think he's still growing in his knowledge of the offense and in the blocking aspect of things, and um, I think his future is extremely bright. And I think he's a good football player. I like our tight end position as a whole. It's not the most experienced group, but it's a very talented group.
When you talk about identifying formation and communicating on defense, how important or helpful is it to have a guy like Armand in the middle there who has seen so much?
Well, I think it's big. Um, he does a nice job, but sometimes I wish he'd be a little more vocal. Um, but having him in the middle of our defense helps. I think he's a calming factor. Number one, he's very intelligent, understands the game, and understands what we're doing defensively on a week-to-week basis.
We got the release next year, looking ahead, open up really early, August 24th, Sanford neutral site game, just your thoughts on it?
Well, I didn't realize it was August 24th, but that's really early. It's going to cut into my golf season. It's probably a good thing. No, but yeah, that'll be a good matchup. I think that we played them in the playoffs a couple of years ago. They're a really good program, good football team, and I think it'll be fun. It'll be good game to be a part of, and I was real excited to hear that we made that deal. I know Ron and the powers that be, in the athletic department, and whoever else was involved in that were working hard, to get us a good game coming, for the opener next year, and I think it'll be fun. Hopefully, we get a lot of our fans to travel down to that one. It should be a fun one.
And the national exposure coach being the only game kind of staged to yourself on ESPN, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's good for our program. It's good for our fan base. It's good for our kids. Yeah, it's a good start to the season. It'll be a quality matchup that that you look for to start the year. And they're going to be a good football team. They always are. And it'll be a good matchup.
Baseball, real quick, if you don't know, Cleveland won his 20th loss.
I see that. Does that equate to another Cy Young?
Could be.
I don't know. It was a good win. I saw him pitch through the seventh, and then I had to I had to go to bed. So my wife told me to turn the TV off and go to bed, so I did.
Just real quick, your baseball, what do you see the Indians in?
They just got to get more consistent. Hitting the ball.
Consistent thing.
Yeah, well, it's part of the deal. But you get into the playoffs. You play all year to get into the playoffs. It's like anything. You work your butt off, get into the playoffs, and then you get into the tournament, and anything can happen. And that's the way we look at it on our end. You get in, you give yourself a chance, and so I think it'll be fun to watch. It's exciting in Cleveland right now, with what the Browns getting better and Indians, everything that's going on. It's good. Good for our area.
3 games in, bye week. You feel like you get a little more settled back in your secondary. You have kind of green back there, as you described.
We've been very green, but we're starting to settle in. There's still some things that we've kind of been moving some guys around here and there and trying to settle on some combinations. I think we're getting closer. So I think it's going to be, just keep getting those guys coming. And I thought the week off helped us in that regards. But each week is going to be a challenge, as far as, you see a lot of different types of offenses. And, there's one thing knowing the basics of what you're doing, that once you get into game plans, is being able to apply what you know on a week-to-week basis. That's usually the challenge, and it's going to be the challenge going forward for us. But our kids have worked hard, and I think we're starting to settle into a depth chart, guys, knowing who can do what back there, and what our best combinations are going to be going forward.
What can you tell us about the defense, Wes? I want to talk a little bit about the offense.
Give you multiple fronts, unusual in some ways. As far as they play they're a combination of 4-man and then like a 3-man bear type look, and very capable, very good defense. Coverage wise, kind of some too high, some single high. Like I said, multiple fronts. Not a team that blitzes an unusual amount. They kind of play their base stuff, most of the time. Very sound in what they do, and and their kids play hard. They're very physical up front. They got, you know, three big inside guys that kind of man the inside, and you know, they're a good group. You know, I like our plan. You know, I think our offense is, you know, I think we understand what they're doing and how they do it, and you know, it'll be a good challenge for us. They're a well coached football team in all areas.